Okay, you guys, so EQ released these commonly rejected documents recently, and so I wanted to share this with you all because it resonated with me as a signing service owner. I'm gonna get some of these things kicked back sometimes, so I want to make sure that I'm educating you all so you know what to do and what not to do. Okay. Scan backs, when scan backs are required, I think we most of us know if you see that requirement, make sure that you can fulfill it and scan the documents back in the time allotted. Okay. So the errors and omissions compliance agreement has to be signed and dated, and it has to be notarized. I guess this one is getting kicked back a lot for commonly missed notarization. So you guys, if you see a notarization section, that means that form needs to be notarized. Okay, so just make sure you're checking to make sure that there's no misstamped signatures, anything along that line, and the proper jurat or acknowledgement is attached if necessary, or make sure that you're completing the one that's been provided. Okay, the ACH document, this comes up a lot. So if the borrower is opting out of the ACH payments, um, do not have the borrower sign or make any marks on this form. Okay, so it's just leave it be. Okay, you skip this form. Now, of course, if they are opting in for ACH, then of course have them completed. If not, leave it blank. Okay. Mortgage deed of trust. We know this is a critical document, meaning that this document is recorded, and if there is mistakes, this can and will get rejected from whatever county it is to be recorded in. Okay. So within the deed of trust, make sure that the borrower signs and date, and make sure your notary acknowledgement is complete. Okay, with your notary seal and all required fields completed. I know this sounds very simple, but again, these things are being kicked back and rejected due to error. So that means a lot of notaries are missing this. Okay, so if you're the notary that's not missing them, you're going to continue to get that uphill of business. Okay, so just tune into that. Now, this, I'm going to be honest, I don't I don't know if I 100% agree with this, but if you're doing signings for spring equity, which they do a lot of home equity lines of credit, I do a lot of them. They're saying on this closing disclosure addendum, the settlement agent signature should be signed by the notary. I've never done that. We're from my knowledge, we're not the settlement agent, but for this particular type of file, they're saying that the notary needs to sign and date that. If you get this type of signing and you see this from Spring EQ, I would just verify that with whoever, whatever title company or whatever signing service gave you the signing, to make sure that that is indeed what they want you to do. Okay. Request for tax transcripts. I cannot believe people were still missing this box, you guys. This is like, we've been talking about this for years. That little box needs to be checked. It has to be checked. I'm going to zoom in on it. Okay. That box needs to be checked. If it's not checked, it will get rejected. The Patriot Act form, we went over this a million times, but again, folks are still missing it. So you as the notary, you are the one filling out the Patriot Act document. Okay. You're signing it, you're dating it, you're printing your name and your title. Remember, your title should be signing agent. It should not be notary public. You only use notary public in the capacity of a notarization. This form is not being notarized. Okay. You're simply completing the form, verifying the applicable identification. Okay. But make sure, again, you sign, date, print your name, and put your title, which could be signing agent. Okay. Notice of flood determination, that has to be signed and date. I always explain it very simply to the borrower. Hey, if you're not in a flood zone, obviously this doesn't apply. It just says that if it's ever determined that you are in a flood zone, then flood insurance will be required. Okay, sign and date. Very simple. Do not let them get out of signing this document. Okay. Appraisal receipt, very simply, you're stating that they received an appraisal if one was performed. Okay, they'll need to sign and date that and check the appropriate box that applies. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Make sure that you follow me for more notary tips, and I'll talk to y'all later.